All right, we are live. Barstool Units, episode 16.
Yeah, I believe it's 16.
All right, I'm getting better at this. I am Coach Doug's. With me, as always, Frank the Tank. Frank, how are you doing?
All right.
Really?
Watching the Nets without James Harden just run all over the Charlotte Hornets.
That must be nice.
Of course, don't know when the Nets are ever going to play.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Let's go and hop right into that. Yeah, it's opening day for baseball, except for the Mets and the Nationals.
The Nationals fucking suck.
And was that pre-COVID test too?
I mean, there's no other team that has any issues except the fucking Washington Nationals.
Yeah. Did they go into detail as far as all I read was that there was COVID issues, but I didn't really see any details as to whether they were concerned about an outbreak or how many people had it.
It sounds like 3 players have it now. I mean, no one got it in spring training, but now the fucking Nationals.
Yeah.
On opening fucking day.
That's a good point. I don't know what their I imagine they had the same regiments, as far as testing and everything during spring training, and I didn't hear a thing during spring training about any COVID issues.
Nope, nothing happened in spring training.
Now all of a sudden they have to play the Mets with Lindor, and all of a sudden now they have an issue.
Of course.
I'm sure that's what it is. Well, the Mets are going to play sooner or later, right?
I mean, these games get canceled and it ends up getting these lame-ass 7-inning fucking doubleheaders.
Are they still going to continue doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're still going to have to run fucking...
runner on second?
Yeah, extra innings, which fucking sucks.
Yeah. When did they start? I mean, I know the runner on second, but has the doubleheader 7 innings, has that been something that's been around for a while, or did that start with COVID?
Started with COVID. It's been in the minors, but it started with COVID.
Yeah. Well, a lot of stuff is starting in the minors now that, may pick up to the majors. I read today that there's a possible 5-run home run coming in.
Yeah, I saw that too. I mean, geez.
You never know. Especially in the minor league, it's all about getting fans in the stands, right? It's all cash flow business, and give out some tchotchkes, some bobbleheads, throw off some fireworks, $2 beer nights. I mean, a 5-run home run, I can see that fitting right in.
Look at this. I'm looking at this. The Tupelo, Mississippi Daily Journal had the Major League Baseball transactions today.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that the Cleveland Indians signed Jake Taylor, Ricky Vaughn, Roger Thorne, Willie Mays Hayes, Pedro Serrano, Eddie Harris to 1-year contracts and named Lou Brown manager.
It's a lot of contracts right there, especially on opening day.
And that Billy Chappell announced his retirement from the Detroit Tigers. The New York Knights signed Roy Hobbs. The Mets signed Chico Escuela and Sid Finch.
They actually, did you ever see the Major League Baseball cards? They have. I think it was Topps or somebody else did like a set of Major League cards. So there are
seen pictures of them, and they're like the '89 Topps.
Yeah, they're in that style, and they're pretty cool cards. I mean, if you're not just into, I for one am into sports and other things as far as like pop culture goes, and so sports and movies, those sports cards fit right in for there. Do you have any other sports cards like that aren't actually sports cards or might be pop culture cards? I know
I have some.
A huge portion,
I have some buried somewhere.
Yeah, but you're more into sports.
Yeah. I have some Star Wars cards from the 80s.
Okay. Yeah.
I have Magnum PI cards.
Really?
Yes.
The stash and all, right?
Yeah, mustache and all.
That's very awesome.
I have, but this Tupelo, Mississippi Daily Journal, completely great. And the Tampa Bay Rays have called up the Ebby Calvin LaLouche from AAA.
You gotta bring him up. You have to. That's I'm always torn on like the April Fool's stuff. Obviously, had a big issue today with one of the San Francisco 49er players. I don't know if I should mention his name. No, George Kittle. He tweeted out a April Fool's joke with him photoshopped in an old school well, I don't want to say old school, but like last year's or the last rendition of the Jacksonville Jaguars jersey uniform, and said thanks to the faithful Duval, I put the hashtag Duval. And I threw out there, I might have cursed him or whatever team he's playing for. But it's because, when you throw out a prank like that or an April Fool's joke, it's funny. I'll admit it's definitely funny. But at the same time, he is saying like, this is how much of a joke the franchise is. I would never play for them. And as a Jaguars fan, that hurts, that hurts. There's 30 other teams that you could have gone after. We've had it bad enough recently. I guess it's better for him to go after Jacksonville than like the Jets. The Jets have had it worse for sure last season, but we squashed it. I told him I was a big fan, and he said he'd play for me wherever he goes. So we've squashed that, but it just an April Fool's joke gone wrong. That's all. But Frank, I saw, and I think you posted about it. Somebody sent you some Frank the Tank cards.
Yes. There's a company called Rookies that produces personalized sports cards.
That's pretty cool. And they picked, from what I saw, they picked pretty cool images. You and Billy Football, right before the match. I mean, that picture does look like an old school. You look like an old school boxing manager, like with the suit and all. That it looks like a real picture.
I mean, that was terrific.
And it looks authentic and everything. Yeah. So some people were asking on Twitter for you to sign them. Like they wanted me
to sign them. I wish there was a way that we could set them up and sell them. That would be great.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there is. I'm sure if if you have eBay or something, or we could set it up somehow. I'm sure they could figure that out. But it throws out there the idea that we've been having for a while. And I think sooner or later it will happen. There will be Barstool sports cards.
Oh, those will be terrific. Yes.
Yeah. Just for all the characters we have, for all the events that have taken place, a Barstool sports card. I don't know if we'd make them ourselves or if we'd get with Topps or Panini or some major brand, but I think it's almost a guarantee at this point. Like, it's going to happen in some form or another.
I mean, the only thing is you don't want to get Dougs and Dukes.
Yeah, no, poor Dukes. I tell you what. For those that don't know, there's I don't think he's an intern anymore. I think he is hired here. I think he was hired. Actually, might have been hired before I was. But there's a guy that works with gambling and behind the scenes stuff, and he goes by Dukes. And Dave Portnoy, I don't think he actually got us confused. I think he knows who I am and he knows who Dukes is. But the name itself, Dougs and Dukes.
He stumbled over them.
Yeah, over and over and over again, to the point now where it's like I'm just kind of laughing it off. But when I first heard it, and I heard that Dougs had been fired, and then like, oh no, Dukes has been suspended, is like, I need to know because I haven't found a place yet. Frank and I are looking. I need to know if I'm no longer here. But no, so it was startling the first time I heard it. Now I just go with it and say, yeah, I know who he's talking about.
But yeah, things that did happen.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That's
being that today it's April Fool's Day. I think about some of the great pranks of all time.
Yeah,
and I think it would have been like 1992. Derek Bell was a rookie playing for the Toronto Blue Jays, and It was the last game of the season, and they drive a car up on the field and announce that a random fan will win this car. And Joe Carter arranged for it. It was actually Derek Bell's car.
Now that's good.
I mean, that is a class 1, just absolute prank.
Yeah, no, and that's especially if you're a player and you're like that's my car.
And then they had a baseball player in the 80s who, last I heard, was actually been the announcer for the Tampa Bay Rays for a number of years, named Joe McGrain. And when he was playing with the Cardinals on one of the hottest days of the year, they said that they want him to. They had this photographer come over there, and said that we want to do a winter wear layout for you for GQ. So he's on Busch Stadium with the which had artificial turf that got up to like 120 degrees, and he's out there wearing winter coats and taking pictures.
Yeah.
So
because of course GQ would want that.
Yeah, so he got like this so he did like this 1 hour photo session. And then at the end of the day he got like a telegram. And it said, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Your teammates got you. There's no GQ."
See, that's good fun. That's good fun right there. Well, I'm glad the April Fool's joke, Kittle and I believe we're on good terms now. I would love to see him in Jacksonville. I know it's it would be a wild turn of events, but I definitely think it would be a good move for Jacksonville. I think we need a tight end, and we've got plenty of picks to trade. I tell you what, you have Trevor Lawrence at QB, Kittle at tight end. That'd be a solid improvement for Jacksonville.
It would be. We got to have someone that's going to that can throw to. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it pans out. All the headlines that are like, who will Jacksonville take, or the clickbait stuff where it's like, will Jacksonville take Trevor Lawrence? These people think not. It's like, whatever. Like, they're going to pick Trevor Lawrence. Let's move on. But yeah, so I'm excited for it. We'll see who knows who will have it.
Yeah. Everyone knows that the Jaguars are going to pick Trevor Lawrence, and now everyone knows the Jets are going to pick Zach Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, and and so speaking of trade issues, there was some issues with the Dolphins trading back. They traded back with who? The Eagles? No, who did they trade with to get the 12th pick?
They traded down to the 49ers and got the 12th pick, and then turned the 12th pick and won the 49ers and another first rounder back up to the Eagles for 6. So they got an extra first rounder there. In 2023, and they got a 6th round pick.
What are your final thoughts now that both trades have now been pushed through? What are your final thoughts on that?
It's not awful. I mean, dropping 3 to 12 is unforgivable. 3 to 6, I can live with.
Yeah. Now, obviously, for that to happen, I mean, they must have. Whoever won it up to 3, or what, they were third.
Yeah, they were third.
Yeah, so whoever,
and the Niners gave up 2 first-round picks for that.
Who are they going after?
Probably Justin Fields now. It looks like.
And is there a possibility that Jimmy G goes back to the New England Patriots?
Well, if they make that trade, yeah.
That is accurate. Yeah, if they make the trade, it's definitely possible.
I mean, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. Well, we'll be here in New York, wherever Jimmy G ends up. or New Jersey rather. We are looking for the unit house. It's a bit tough. There's not a lot of inventory out there. I've sent out I sent a message, an email to the real estate agent, asking if this is normal, if we need to bump up our price range, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot out there, even in the large area that we've said, everything from Secaucus to Belleville. I mean, it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of homes out there.
That's the problem here. Sometimes it's not a good market, and now right now it's a tight market.
Yeah. There have been a few homes that we've seen that look good, but unfortunately, they're 3 stories, with a bedroom on each floor. There's, I couldn't believe I saw one of them had washer and dryers in the basement, and they were coin operated.
Yeah, if you're living in a place by yourself, you shouldn't have coin operated.
No, not at all. I mean, why even have them in there? Why even and we're paying for the utilities too. So we're going to be paying for the water and the electricity to run them, but we still have to get out of here. But really, I mean, I think the main thing holding us up is we haven't found a home with a pizza window.
I mean, the place I'm living at now has coin operated washer and dryer.
Yeah, but it does have a pizza window.
Yeah, but it's so small. Hopefully things go well. I'm actually getting my new bed tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be good. What kind of bed did you get?
I got
free or anything, but
I got a Tempur-Pedic.
Okay. And what made you go with that one?
The salesman at Mattress Firm.
So they
He sold me on it. Yep.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's once if we can find a unit house, I'll need to get a mattress too. So maybe I'll go back to that Mattress Firm with you if we don't get any sponsors of it or anything. But yeah, well, speaking of units, we've got some more unit shirts coming out, Frank. That'll be hopefully coming out in a week or two. I know we've been lacking on unit merchandise. When Barstool units first came out, we said, hey, any shirts that we make for units are going to be coming out in 6XL. And, we kind of left it at that first shirt. So we're going to have more shirts coming out.
Yeah, we'll be great merchandising.
Yeah. So we'll have more shirts coming out, that'll be up to 6XL for units to be able to purchase and wear and everything. But we might have more units actually joining us at the office. Some non-units maybe turning into units. And Frank, I heard you gave an invitation today to one Frankie Borelli.
That I did.
You think he's got what it takes?
Yeah, he's getting there. I mean, he's talking about how fat he looked in that picture. I says, well, and I said that, hey, Frank, you want to join the unit? You want to come out units?
That's heart-wrenching for me to hear, because I know it really does seem to bother him, like the moon pie faces and all that and everything. So hearing Frank the Tank ask, hey, do you want to join the units? That's just got to be a dagger through the heart for Frankie.
I mean, that was just it was set up on a tee.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to ask him. He's complaining about his weight. You got to ask him if he wants to be a unit for sure. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have all the new merch and everything and show what we've been making. I heard you came out with the shirt today, the Mother Effer shirt. Is that right?
Well, I proposed it. I don't know if it's coming out.
Oh, I saw. I think Clem posted a picture of one.
Did he?
I think so.
Maybe great minds think alike.
Yeah, that absolutely, especially with both of y'all being Mets fans, right? Clem is a Mets fan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I could definitely see that. Well, we're gonna have hopefully that shirt coming. If you I'm sure with that kind of shirt you could probably get that in a 6XL too. So hopefully we'll get that one. But yes, new merch coming out and everything. Hopefully we're gonna be able to find a unit house. It may not work out, but we're trying. We're looking. we'll find something, hopefully. But yeah,
Yeah.
well, I guess the big thing's coming up. So now that the weather's getting better, once your knee is healed, we're definitely going to get back and start doing some more mini golf. You had a pitching wedge sent to you, so we'll try and do like a pitch and putt, and maybe go to Top Golf too, right?
Yeah, but I know a guy who knows where there is a Top golf around here.
Yeah. Is there a Top Golf in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll be doing all that stuff as soon as your knee's better and the weather's getting better. So we'll be doing all that. We got a Final Four coming up this weekend. I don't see how anyone's going to stop Gonzaga. What about you?
No, I'm going to stick with Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the schools that are in there, I mean, that's who I want to win. I just don't like the Baylor program. I don't like. I mean, they've had too many just disturbing incidents have happened at Baylor.
You're talking about this season or in general?
Over the last 20 years.
So it's not that you don't think that they can win on the court; it's that you don't like the program because of certain incidences that have happened.
Well, they had that holding with the football program and the sexual assault cases. And then they had the one basketball player murder another basketball player, like around. It doesn't seem that long. It seemed like yesterday, but it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, the sins of the father, right? I mean, can't hold the program down forever, Frank.
But I just don't like them.
That's fair. Yeah, and I just don't. I mean, I could see them winning. Sure, I could definitely see Baylor winning, but I wouldn't put any money towards it. I think Gonzaga is just going to run away with it.
I can't root for any team in LA, so forget about UCLA.
That's fair. And well, I mean, with Gonzaga, if they do win it all, this will be the first time a team's gone undefeated since the 76 Hoosiers?
76 Hoosiers, yes.
Yeah. Have you? You know what? I tell you what, I haven't seen that movie.
Well, that has nothing to do with the 76 Hoosiers.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
What year is the Hoosiers supposed to be in?
Well, it's actually a high school team, and it's set in the 50s. And it's based on a true story, but not a true story. It's like inspired.
It's one of those.
In 1954, a high school and the old Indiana high school basketball tournament used to have all the schools could win it.
Okay, so they weren't like 5A, 6A, like.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this school called Milan, a farm community, with only like a couple hundred students, won the tournament.
Gotcha. And that's what the movie's based off of.
And the movie's based on it, just like overly dramatic, just like Hollywoodish.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like it's not a true story, but it's inspired by a true story.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the big difference. I remember. I can't remember what the movie. It was maybe Strangers, or it was a movie about. There was a family that went off, and there was like a cabin in the woods. It wasn't, the movie was not Cabin in the Woods, but it was about a family who went off into the woods, and like there were people outside tormenting them and stuff, and it goes to tell you about the movie, and it's like inspired by true events, and it's just like that's not even based off of a true event. That means somebody heard of a story and said, man, that's crazy. What if this also happened? And it's like, you can't, at that point, you are too far removed to be able to base it off of that event.
Yeah. Hoosiers is not based on true story. It's inspired by true events.
Yeah. That's like, all right, cool. An underdog won a tournament one time.
Yeah.
Now I'm inspired to write any movie I want about an underdog. Like,
I mean, in the movie version, Gene Hackman is a former college coach that got in trouble for punching a player.
Of course.
And he ends up coaching in this high school community, and the high school community doesn't like him. The true story was the real coach of Milan was a 25-year-old recent graduate.
Who probably everybody loved.
Yeah, I mean, they fired the coach because they fired the old coach because he brought uniforms without permission.
Well, I mean, hey, you can't just be out there buying uniforms without permission,
Yeah, there was no Dennis Hopper, assistant coach, that was a raging alcoholic.
No.
There was no players quitting and going. In fact, the year before Milan won the Indiana State Championship, they went to the Final Four.
So they were good.
Yeah.
Well, I now I don't even want to watch the movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but a lot of it's just total bullshit.
Yeah, Hollywood. Well, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've had a busy week, I tell you what, with the meeting and all that, but we've got a lot of stuff going on. Looking for that unit house still. I don't think we're looking for too much. 3 beds, 2 bath. I mean, a pizza window would be nice. It's not a mandatory thing, but it'd be nice.
A backyard to do some barbecuing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have not been able to barbecue in the 13 years.
That coming from somebody who literally just moved up from Florida like a couple of months ago, that is probably one of the saddest things I've heard in a while.
I mean, there's no they don't allow barbecuing in my current place where I live. I mean, not even a hibachi grill.
That would be funny if they didn't allow grilling, but you could have a hibachi. Well, we're going to get you out of there. We'll find a place. Hopefully we can do the unit house. I think that would be awesome. Just from a content perspective for sure, but also, just to be in a house rather than some small apartment, either in Manhattan or somewhere near there. But so we'll keep looking for the unit house. Maybe we'll go, maybe a property will come up and we'll go see it this weekend. We're having lunch at your place Saturday, right?
Sunday.
All right. Sunday. What are you making for us Sunday?
Ham.
That's just ham.
Ham, mashed potatoes, gravy,
I'm all about it. So we're going to have a unit feast on Sunday with ham. It's going to be a heck of a weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And maybe, who knows, maybe this weekend we'll find our unit house. That has been Barstool Units. I'm Coach Doug's. Frank, take us out.
Well, it's another day, another episode. Of course, take me out to the ball game, the Rob Manford version. Do I really have to go out to the ball game? I know I'm the commissioner. I don't get why these fans like this sport. I am extremely bored. Yes, it's root. I can't root for anything. I wish this game was over. I don't understand why we're still playing. Let's shorten the game. Beautiful, Frank. Beautiful. That's been Barstool Units. See you next time.